My marriage deteriorated pretty quickly after the wedding. Even on our honeymoon, I spent 2 days in tears, having been told what a disappointment I was in bed because I didn't want to do some of the things he suggested. I wouldn't have called it abuse back then. I just tried harder to please him, but the ferocity of physical intimacy was frightening. I tried so hard. I tried to cook well, look good enough, be polite enough in company, but nothing was ever enough. At night, when we went to bed, he would berate me for everything I had done wrong that day, all the things I thought wrongly about. I used to be so tired, but I had to listen to everything he had to say, and sometimes it was hours of what was wrong with me. When I cried, he wanted to make me better by making love to me. It was the last thing I felt like. I was exhausted, I was sad, and in honesty, some days I was frightened of him. This wasn't making love. I was hurting physically and emotionally, but I knew it was the only way I'd be allowed to go to sleep. So I did. I didn't think it was abuse. He was my husband, and I didn't say no, but the things he made me do made me feel sick. After my daughter was born, I realised it wasn't right, and I couldn't go on. My body hadn't healed, and it was so painful, but he wouldn't stop. Even though I cried in pain, even though our baby girl was crying too, he just carried on. That was when I realised he simply didn't love me, or her, and that I was just there for his distorted pleasure. I recognised my daughter and I weren't safe, and that was when I started to make plans to leave.
Psalm 139, verse 23. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my thoughts. Maureen's husband was cruel right from the first days of their marriage, physically cruel and mentally cruel, using his words like weapons to destroy Maureen's self-confidence, using his body to inflict indescribable pain in order to satisfy his obsessive, self-centred desires, caring only about his distorted sexual pleasure. For Maureen, it was the most pure God-given love for her daughter that made her realise she needed to leave and gave her the strength to act. Maureen learned that her thoughts were not wrong as she had been conditioned to believe. Each of us is called to help people find the strength to walk away from warped love into new lives of self-belief, overflowing with the real undistorted love of God. Lord of pure unconditional love, we bring before you all whose bodies are being sexually abused for the distorted pleasures of others. May they find safe routes of escape, places of healing of body, mind and spirit, new beginnings in healthy, loving relationships, and friends who will walk alongside them to a brighter future. Amen.